Aircraft carrier suppliers hit the nation's capital. I'm Bryan Moore, and this is Focus NNS. We're here in Washington, D.C. at the nation's capital for the Aircraft Carrier Industrial Base Coalition Action Days. We'll tell you what that's all about. Plus, 137 students graduate from the Apprentice School, and engineers from Newport News Shipbuilding, NASA, and Jefferson Lab help prepare and inspire future leaders of tomorrow. But first on deck, it's all about the aircraft carrier here at the nation's capital. Suppliers from across the nation are here for ACIBC Action Days. Aaron Pritchett with our Communications Division joins us with the details.
Aircraft carriers are a strong symbol of our national defense, and they have a far-reaching impact on not only keeping the peace around the world, but also the brave men and women that serve aboard them, the proud shipbuilders that build them, and the more than 2,000 companies and their employees that work hard to produce and deliver the vital parts, components, and services to keep the most complex ships in the world under construction, afloat, and properly maintained for years to come. And because of aircraft carriers' overall impact, over the last 2 days here at the Grand Hyatt Hotel in Washington, D.C., the ACIBC, or Aircraft Carrier Industrial Base Coalition, has been meeting for their Action Days 2014 conference, all in an effort to collectively urge congressional representatives to continue federal funding support for the U.S. Navy aircraft carrier programs.
We are a collection of suppliers for the aircraft carrier construction and overhauls. And it's very important for us to get our message to our local congressional members, whether that's Congress or Senate. And so we meet once a year as a group here in Washington. We have 176 suppliers that have signed up to be here today. So it's one of the biggest crowds that we've had to date, and probably for very good reason, because there's some very serious issues that we're all facing as an industry from a carrier perspective. This is the 10th year, so it's changed quite a bit. We had, number one, it's changed that we have a lot more people that are involved now. We have over 700 members in total, and quite a few show up. The other thing that's changed is the messages are getting tougher and tougher. We're fighting budgets that aren't there right now. The most critical thing facing us right now is the RCOH for the Washington, CVN 73, and it's frankly not in the budget for next year, but everyone wants it to get done. So one of the things that we're going to take to our congressional members is how important it is to us and what will happen to our businesses if it doesn't occur.
We do produce parts for the aircraft carrier industry, and we have 150 employees. They all play an important part, an important role for the finished product. And they're not just doing grinding, they're not just doing machining. It all comes out to a quality casting that they're proud of, and we want to maintain that.
We have over 300 people working in our facility in Western New York, and they take pride in this thing, and you know, it's important that the Congress hears our voice, that these jobs are important for not only national defense, but for the constituents that are in those areas, that those jobs, and if we maintain the schedules that we've been holding over the years, you know, we can predict our work schedules, and we won't have to lay off, we won't have to work overtime, and so it's important for them to hear the voice of the folks working in the shop.
The end user of your equipment, I deeply appreciate your service to country, and I do mean that, your service to country. While I wear a uniform, many of the folks that work in your factories and produce this equipment and install this equipment serve our nation as nobly as the men and women in uniform.
We have 100 congressional meetings, and that's really what it's all about, to bring it local, to get our members to talk directly to their constituents and let them know how important carriers and the RCOH are to our businesses.
It is the hope that what has taken place over the last 2 days here at the ACIBC will better prepare the numerous suppliers and Newport News Shipbuilding in the overall planning, construction, and overhaul of our aircraft carrier fleet, and greater yet, inform and educate the congressional representatives in making the right decisions for the future and the defense of our great country. For Focus NNS, I'm Aaron Pritchett. Back to you, Bryan.
Thank you, Aaron. And you can learn a lot more about the coalition by logging onto their website, acibc.org. Now, let's take a look at some other news from around the yard. Graduation day for 137 Newport News Shipbuilding apprentices. The commencement service was held at Liberty Baptist Church in Hampton on March 1st. Vice President of Operations and an apprentice school graduate, Danny Hunley, served as the keynote speaker, telling graduates that their work is important in so many ways.
Every morning when you wake up and head to work, young men and women in our armed forces are going to work in some far corner of this crazy world on the platform that you built. The thing that will protect them from harm is your work. The way that you carry out your job ensures that those Americans never, ever find themselves in a fair fight, and they always come home. So every day, do everything that you do in a way that you know is correct and right, always.
Apprentice Tim Owens received the Homer L. Ferguson Award for earning the highest grade point average in combined required academics and crafts.
I am honored to be the recipient of this Homer L. Ferguson Award. This award, today's graduation, and the shipyard were all made possible by the Huntington family, but it was realized through the guidance of Mr. Homer L. Ferguson. He is one of the greatest leaders this shipyard has ever had, and he was decades ahead of his time. He is a true example of what we should aim to be and follow as we become future leaders of the shipyard.
Another contract award for the next carrier in the Ford class. Newport News Shipbuilding received a $1.2 billion extension for construction preparation of the carrier John F. Kennedy, CVN 79. The contract extension will be used to purchase remaining material for the ship and to continue construction on the ship's structural units. The ceremonial first cut of steel for the Kennedy was held in 2011, but actual work began in early 2009. The refueling and overhaul of the USS Abraham Lincoln, CVN 72, continues on. Shipbuilders, CVN 72 Ships Force, and the government took a look forward towards the undocking and the next 12 months. It's known as Step 4 of the Integrated Project Team Development Program, or IPTD.
Okay, congratulations. Like it or not, those in the Navy got ordered here. Those in the shipyard made a career of shipbuilding and ship repair. So congratulations, you're working on the most complex industrial overhaul that the nation has ever known.
We've worked with many ships, many COs. This crew is the best crew we've had in an RCOH yet, period.
Ensuring a bright future for tomorrow's engineers today. That's the goal of Newport News Shipbuilding, Jefferson Labs, NASA, and others. Jeremy Buston takes a look at Newport News Shipbuilding's Engineer Days.
Investing in science, technology, engineering, and math, or STEM programs in schools is an important part of Newport News Shipbuilding's business. And Engineering Career Days is just one of many exciting opportunities available to high school students today.
The Engineering Career Days has been going on for the past 3 to 4 years, and we're pleased to add Jefferson Lab this year. It's a collaboration with Newport News Shipbuilding, Peninsula Engineering Council, and NASA Langley. So we're very pleased today to bring out all the kids to learn engineering.
I think what you're going to find today are applications where what you're learning in school today, you're going to find where that translates with what real people do in the field of engineering in a couple of world-class facilities and organizations in this Hampton Roads region.
Sometimes here at the shipyard, we get paid to break stuff, which is really neat because we've got to test materials to make sure that these metals are to the strength requirements that's needed to build the aircraft carriers and the submarines.
Seeing the students excited about engineering, and I can relate because that was me back then.
It's an opportunity test engineer Brendan Wayman wishes he had when he was in high school. Wayman participated in this year's Career Days as a way to give back to the field of engineering.
The students get to see everything from what we do at the shipyard with large aircraft carriers and submarines, and they get to go and see just what Jefferson Lab does, and then they get to go outside of Earth and see what NASA's up to. So a great opportunity to have a wide range of engineering in practice here today.
Yeah, let's start in the middle and then work our way out and spread outwards, like a starburst type thing.
It's a great experience, really, to have everyone available to you at one hand. You know, they're really enthusiastic about their work, and they're excited to know and teach us more about what they do.
With Engineering Career Days and other STEM initiatives, the future looks bright for these students and for Newport News Shipbuilding. For Focus NNS, I'm Jeremy Buston. Back to you, Brian.
Well, that's it for this edition of Focus NNS. Make sure you check out the shipbuilding website for all the latest news in our weekly publication Currents and the latest edition of Yard-Lines. And if you have a story idea for Focus NNS, email us at focusnns@hii-nns.com. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Bryan Moore.